Welcome to A Piece of CX. This week we're taking a look at Zoom's knowledge library within their AI studio. So you might have seen a recent video where we took a look at Zoom documents, and I started building the foundation of the awesome cheese demo. It was just after Christmas. I'd had a little bit of cheese over the festive period and it was on my mind. And I thought, well, why not? Why not create something along those lines for a virtual agent? So we're not going to build a virtual agent today. We're going to carry on and take that knowledge that was built in Zoom Docs. So if you haven't watched that video, there should be it somewhere on the screen now. We're going to go and take a look at where we now ingest that knowledge into Zoom's AI Studio. So within AI Studio, we have Knowledge Library, and I've already created a knowledge base for awesome cheese. We'll come back to that though. So what I could do is create a new knowledge base, and I can do that via lots of different methods. So local files. So I'm going to add a new document called online cheese tasting. And here I'm going to drag a document. You'll see there's lots of different types of files here. PDFs, documents, Excels, web pages, all that kind of good stuff. We are not needing to bulk import anything. We don't need to change the edit access. We're just going to click create. And that's now going to be part of our knowledge library to then utilize with something else. We can click into that and we can see what that looks like. It's currently being indexed and chunked and all that kind of good stuff. We'll go back to that in a moment. If I go and click create knowledge base again, we can also take a website. So I'm going to say awesome cheese website. Now, what I haven't done is build an entire awesome cheese website because I did not have enough time in the day to do that. And why don't we just take one off the shelf? So I'm going to grab an existing. So if you're Paxton and Whitfield, apologies, you have a beautiful website. I'm just going to borrow it for now. And you'll see there are 727 different pages to sync here. So what we might do is have a look at this and go, right, what do we want to include? I'm just going to go, yeah, let's do it. Let's do the entire thing. In my Zoom training, we have a Zoomly tires that we do, and everyone goes to QuickFit and grabs their website because it's already complete with knowledge. So that's now being built. That's going to be doing its own thing. You'll see that there, fetching articles, building all of that. Our other options, integration. So this is where we select our integration. Could be Zendesk, could be Zoom Docs. I can, in here, include that, and then I can go and look at my docs and certain files if I want to, and then build that out accordingly as we need to. And then I select the documents that I want to use. But I already have one of those created. So let's do that. The other option we had, custom API, which we're not playing with today. So I had a Zoom Docs folder already that I'd created, and it has cheese safety, shipping, pairings, and creating the perfect cheese board. However, I've not synced it for 2 weeks. If I click sync, then what should happen is I've created 2 new documents in there, and they should then be added through. So we'll see what that's going to do. We have accompaniments that has been added, and I added a Zoom Docs spreadsheet. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but essentially a guide to what things cost, which has not come through. So what I'm going to do is find another way to add that at a later date. Now, one of the other things we can do once we have our files in our knowledge library, one, we can manage them in groups. So I've got awesome cheese here. I can edit that. And now I'm going to add the website in and the online cheese tasting. So they're part of a group, which makes life easier later on in the build. But if I go into my FAQ here and go and have a look at cheese safety, which sounds brilliant, doesn't it? So now what I can do is I can see this entirety of the document, and we can go to preview. And I can now ask my agent a question. And you'll see there, it's giving me some details. Beauty about this is when we get the answer, we can then click view detail and it's going to give us the response, where that's come from. Now, at the moment, we're only looking in one file and we've got an answer that we're happy with, 100% answer, and we can go into that source. Imagine this when we start to aggregate lots of different files, it's going to show where we're getting all of those responses from. The beauty about this is that these articles then can be rolled up to utilize within your virtual agents and also your AI expert assist. So join us for a future A piece of CX where we will roll through building out our virtual agent and our AI expert assist so that we can give our customers and our agents at the Awesome Cheese Co. the best possible experience. Thank you very much for joining A Piece of CX.